Hi, this is Grant Putnam. I'm at Jill Smith's house. Jill, just want to give you a synopsis of what's going on in the property. Okay, the Stilby is normal for this time of year, but then they kind of fizzle up. So, they still have the flowers, the leftover flowers. I don't. It's up to you. We could trim them back, or we could leave them standing. That's a preference item on your part. The lady's mantle, perhaps it's these just too much sunlight for these. So I could give you other suggestions. Again, this would be free of cost. I give you other suggestions. Maybe we can relocate these, or I'll take them and put them in another person's yard. If we replace them, I'll probably take them back to my yard, use them from someone else, and then again I'll give you as something as an alternative for free. Okay, because these just maybe a little bit too much sunlight. They probably look great for most of the summer, and then at a certain point you're going to see they start kind of getting fizzled out. So this is, again, ladies' mantle is here, and the other side, those are the two things that maybe we can consider. Something else can take a little bit more sunlight. So that's roughly about 6 by 3. This is another 6 by 3 foot area, ladies' mantle. These here, we just have to deadhead them. Okay, you can see the growth is already starting to come up. So these flower, this is salvia, these are finished flowering, so once we do the maintenance this month, these will all look great again, and again, the growth is coming up from the roots. Iris look good. Stewardia looks good. Woodgilla, I think I want to swap out for something else. I'm just not happy with these three, so I'll swap something else out for you. Otto, lichen, laurel look good. Those are evergreens in the back. Nepotil look good. The dogwood tree has fungus, something I think I pointed out to you. The grasses look normal. Again, 1, 2, 3 Woodgilla. I want to swap those out for something else. You can see we cut back. These will still be on this side. We could cut them back so the front ones look like these if you want to just see green. Okay, so let me know about that. For these guys, this is the heuchera. It doesn't look exactly right the way I want it to. You can see some of them are growing in great, some of them aren't. So again, I'm going to give you a different option to kind of fill in this little bed here. There's roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. About 33 of these in here. So I'll give you a different option to replace these. All right. Just so you know, everyone's asking me this year, all these hydrangea, these are mop head hydrangeas. They're all not flowering on everyone's house in the area. If you see a flower, it'll be a few flowers, not a lot. And that's because we had the spring frost that came through. We had 2 weeks of hot weather beginning of March and frost. That's why all of last year's branches are dead. These are all new growth from this year. They'll flower next year as long as you don't have another spring frost. Okay. Nepotil look good. These trees, these boxes look good. Holly look good. Weeping cherry's starting to change color. That looks fine. All right. I want to replace these guys in here. I believe these might have been heuchera too, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these I have to replace for you. Woodgilla look like they're coming in fine. Boxwood look a lot better than last year. Remember, these all had leaf miner. They had little bumps inside them. There's an insect living inside. These now don't have leaf miner. So the treatment that we gave these this spring killed the insect that was living inside them. So that's good. Okay. That's another type of hydrangea. Just so you know, that's a paniculata hydrangea. That's a mop head hydrangea. There's 4 families of hydrangeas. That one blooms on new wood, so it'll bloom every single year no matter what. This, if you get a bad spring frost, will not bloom, which is why if you drive around the neighborhood and you see these guys, you'll see them look like yours. All right, this is the same thing. It's a mop head hydrangea. That's why there's no blooms on it. Never trim mop head hydrangeas after August 1st because you'll cut off all the flowers for the next year. Most of the flowers bloom on last year's wood. So, for example, this one you have a few flowers, right? So that's what I was saying. Sometimes you'll see a few that have like 2 or 3 flowers on. This is stuff we installed recently. This looks pretty good. So the lawn, all right. You had a bunch of different weeds growing in here from last year. I had Eddie spot spray and kill a lot of these weeds. You have something called Nimblewill on your lawn that's kind of like an aggressive weed. And you actually have a little bit of bent grass too. See this stuff right here that kind of looks like a golf course green? Once we seed this fall, the lawn will come in absolutely perfect. Because what we're going to do is we spray something called Tenacity, which ends up killing something that's very difficult to get rid of weeds. It's really the only thing that works. You spray it at the same time that you core aerate and seed, and then the lawn should come in absolutely beautiful. So don't worry about the lawn. I know it'll look good. You can't really fix a lawn from spring until now. You really can't fix it. The only thing you can do is try to kill the weeds and fertilize it. But a lot of this stuff was damaged from previous years, and you really can't, again, you can't get a new grass seed to really grow well until this time of the year. You can try in the spring, but most likely if it's a full sun area, it's not going to grow in well. So this is more of a full sun area. Over there you can see is more shady area. So that's why over there underneath the trees, the grass actually came in well from the spring. This is again full sun area. It's not going to grow in well in the spring. So, but again, by end of September, the lawn will look mint. And as long as it's well maintained going forward after that, keep on going the regular fertilizing program, you'll have a nice thick lawn that weeds can't get in and germinate. So that all these little dead bare spots of areas we have to keep on spraying to kill the weeds. And they're going to keep on trying to grow back. Because wherever there's a bare spot in your lawn, the weeds are going to try to grow. Once you have a thick lawn, you're not going to have that issue with weeds trying to grow, and hence you're not going to have these dead spots in your lawn that we're trying to kill all summer. So that's the basic gist of things. Once you get it right in the fall, then the following year it looks really, really good. Okay. This tree actually bounced back, the Southern Magnolia, both of these, because these weren't looking that great last year. These look a lot better. So that's a solid, that's a plus. All right. So let's look in the back here. This is again another area you've got a lot of sunlight. Okay, and this is I think the area Eddie was saying that irrigation wasn't working properly. So this fall is the time we can really get this going back again. Okay, as far as seeding it and getting it growing, looking really nice again. So just want to give you that as a heads up. This should be rectified this fall. All right. Plants look pretty good. We've been deadheading the roses for you. You can see that's why there's so many flowers on them. So you keep on removing the spent flowers, and new flowers will keep on regrowing. At some point you might do a few more landscape renovations back here, but I have to say it looks pretty good. Alright. The plum tree and the dogwood tree both are very susceptible to disease, so I'm not sure if I have you in the fungicide program, but you should really consider that, because if that gets black knot fungus, then you're in deep doo-doo, because you can't get rid of it once it gets it. It has like this black glob in the tree, which you don't have right now, although there is. You see this branch is all cracked right there. This branch you're probably going to have to lose at some point because it's already cracked. Okay. Again, these are paniculata hydrangea. That's why there's so many flowers. They bloom on new wood. These back here, again, most of your mophead hydrangeas, which are these guys right here, same as the front, don't really have many flowers. Same reason, you had that spring frost. Okay. What else? That dead tree, you gotta let me know if you want us to remove it. The green giants look healthy. You gotta let me know if you want us to trim these pine trees that are going down the side of your driveway, and those pine trees over there. You probably should trim those at least every other year, because you can't trim them. You can't aggressively trim them one year because you won't have them regrow. All the growth buds are on the outer edge of the tree, so you really have to keep up with that if you don't want it to get too wide. That's a rule. That's a rule of thumb with spruce trees, which is you have one Norway spruce over there. Then you have white pine trees and more pine trees. You have to trim them on a pretty consistent basis. If not, you really can't trim them back like 2-3 feet. If you do that, they won't regrow on the same branch because there's no growth buds that far back on the branch. So something you should consider possibly doing. Okay, I think that's about it. I'll have the guys over here do the maintenance ASAP as well, garden maintenance. Talk to you soon.